Greetings and welcome to another Just Talk with Weird Wizard, in which we dive into the wonderful world that is the channel and news and analytics and other wonderful things like that. This week, look, we're in an aeroplane because it's a metaphor. The channel is taking off. And by taking off, I of course mean it's growing slightly, but a little faster than it has previously. So it's good. It's good news. We're taking off. We're taking off. We're only in a little prop aeroplane here. It's not very fast. It's not very snazzy. Nonetheless, it symbolises the improvement and the growth. So yeah, we had our first video which hit over 500 views, which was the surprise, surprise, the Stranded Deep update video, which has been an absolute powerhouse for us, and hopefully each new update video as they release updates will perform at least as well, if not better. It certainly outperformed the previous update video. I mean, it was much better produced as well, albeit done in a hurry, as I did it last Saturday and I only had a couple of hours at the computer to put it together, so I had to sort of throw it up relatively quickly, but I was reasonably pleased with the end result. A slight editing issue in the middle notwithstanding. And it seems to have done pretty well. It's hit over 500 views, as I say. It's produced decent viewing figures. I think it's about a 10-minute video, and it has an average watch time of just over 5 minutes, I think. But we'll look at that in a bit more detail in a moment when we look at the analytics. But nonetheless, it's definitely been the driver of the growth this week. But other videos have continued to do reasonably well as well. Videos are regularly getting up to sort of 10 to 15 views pretty quickly, sort of within a day or so of being put up, and lots of videos are getting up to more like the 30 mark, and several of the older videos are now well over 100. I think we've even got a couple of videos that have cracked the 200 mark, so it's doing all right. It's doing all right. We're up to 35 subscribers now, so we've had a growth of, what's that, 14 subscribers in 7 days. That's an average of 2 a day. That's by far our fastest rate of subscriber growth. Most of whom I think are pretty good quality subscribers. If you're wondering what I mean, go back and watch the last Just Talk, and I rant a little bit about it there. This week saw a couple of firsts. We had our first Weird Wednesday, which is going to be a new thing I'm going to do every Wednesday, where I just try games or do one-off games, just to see what they're like, to see what the reception is like, see whether you guys like it and want to see more of that particular game, or just to show off a game that I enjoy. A lot of them will be older games because I'll be delving into my back catalogue. Not retro games though, I mean modern or modern-ish type games, probably going back no later than maybe sort of, I don't know, mid to late 2000s, something like that. Mid to late noughties, I think is what they call it. That's what the cool kids call it. Well, we've got a Retro Friday, which has just gone up as just after I've recorded this, so I have no idea how well that's going to do. It's a follow-up to the Retro Fantastico Legends of Valor episode that I did, and I think I'm going to do it regularly. I'm calling it Retro Friday at the moment. I may change the name if I wind up deviating from the once a week on Fridays kind of format for it, but that's what I'm calling it for the time being, and it's definitely something I want to do regularly. This week it's Theme Hospital. That's an awesome game. Really enjoying that. Next week I think we're probably going to look at maybe doing Space Hulk, the original DOS version, which is a brilliant game. Whoa, that was close. Which is a brilliant game. And I've got a few others actually. I went a bit mad looking at old DOS games, so I've got a few others lined up that I quite like to play. Syndicate being a prime example, and a few others. If you've got any suggestions for retro games you want me to try out, you want me to do a Retro Friday on it, by all means leave a comment below. Let me know. And another new thing this week is a first impressions video for Medieval Engineers, which is the I suppose it's not the successor, because they're being co-developed or being developed at the same time, but it's by the same developer as Space Engineers. I was going to, as I think I said in that video, I was going to buy a game in Steam in response to a watcher's request, a viewer's request, to play The Long Dark, which I've had my eye on. I've looked at before. I'm quite keen on it, but Medieval Engineers was there, and I couldn't help myself. I just bought it, and so that's it. That's my purchase this week. The Long Dark, maybe next month, we'll see. But certainly for now, I'm going to do a few videos in Medieval Engineers. Because of its nature, I probably won't do any long-running series at the moment, but I will do sort of one-offs where I build build different things and mess about with the physics engines and see what I can produce and all that sort of good stuff. So you can look forward to those. There's a first impressions video up. It should be up at the moment, and there'll probably be a part 2 first impressions part 2, the return of the impressions. That's probably going to go up as well, maybe on Sunday or Monday, something like that. The other really exciting thing to talk about is Just Cause 3. That's right, this game that you see me playing every time I'm doing these Just Talk videos, and I very rarely mention, is Just Cause 2, of course, and it's been out for many years. And it's a wonderful game, and you should totally pick it up if you've not played it before. However, the great news is Just Cause 3, which we all knew was coming. More information has been released about that. It is coming late this year, probably pre-Christmas. This year is their current release date schedule. So I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, if they can even produce half the game that this was, then it'll be awesome. And frankly, if they can better it, then hallelujah. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that now, and you never know, come next year, if I'm still doing Just Talks, which hopefully I will, because hopefully the channel will still be growing and there'll still be useful channel news to talk about, then we may well switch over to that in the background. So let's take a look at the analytics. A couple of milestones we've crossed this week. Last week we passed the 48 hours of combined watch time from all of you lovely viewers on my videos in the last 28 days. That has continued to grow this week with the huge success of the update video. Huge by my standards, come on, give me that. With the huge success of the update video, we went crashing past 72 hours. Basically, we went crashing past 3 days of combined watch time. We crashed through 4 days of combined watch time, and we actually passed 5 full days, 5.2 full days of combined watch time, which I think is about 124 hours of watched video time in the last 28 days, which is great. I mean, it's just growing and growing and growing. We're going from strength to strength. I would expect probably that to drop off a little bit now. The update video, obviously, you know, it surged over the weekend when the update was new and everyone was interested and excited about it. It's only getting sort of, you know, a few views. It's dropped down to basically the same sort of level as my other videos in terms of the amount it's being watched. So it will drop down come next week's Just Talk, probably. Or not drop down, but, you know, it won't be growing as fast as it has been. So that's great. Views, we've got 1,681 views in the last 28 days, so that's well up as well. Like I said, 500 of those, 550 odd I think at this point, are of the update video, so that's performed brilliantly. I mean, like, beyond expectations. Okay, so there we go. There's the views with the estimated minutes watched. As you can see, it drops. Basically, we get two massive peaks where the update video, for some reason, it kind of surged again a couple of days later. I think it was the Monday or something. So yeah, the Saturday it goes wham straight up there. It's 207 views, estimated minutes watched 1,183, 19 hours and 42 minutes easily. I mean, it smashes my previous best of 6 hours and 24 minutes. I mean, it just completely destroys it. And then it kind of, you know, drops off a little bit, drops off a bit more down to basically more or less what we sort of like have been bumping along, a little bit above where we've been bumping along, sort of 4 hours 47 minutes, and then wham, straight back up again. I honestly, I don't know what happened here. Whether somebody shared it or something happened, people noticed it, whether maybe YouTube trialed it for a few people to see if they were interested in the search results, but for whatever reason, 20 hours and 5 minutes, we break the record again straight away. Fantastic. As I say, it drops back down again. Here we are, 7 hours and 1 minute. I mean, I say drop back down, 94. 7 hours and 1 minute is still higher than at any other time, other than, you know, this weekend, like prior to this weekend. So, you know, we're moving on up. We're moving on up. It's good. I like it. I like to see it. Audience retention. I quite like this one because this is more of a sort of a in relative terms. How much do people enjoy your content? As in, how much of it do they watch? As all my videos tend to be more or less around the same length, about 15 to 20 minutes, it takes the number of views out of the equation and just shows you how long people have been watching my videos for. As you can see, going right back, kind of a low level here. I mean, what's that? 16 seconds, 13 seconds. That's a low. That's quite a low. So this is more or less where it takes off with the Stranded Deep content. And we jump up to about sort of 3 minutes, bump along. I think this is where we start getting some subscribers, some of you subscribers who stay pretty loyal and watched a lot of the videos and watched them obviously all the way through. So we jump up 6 minutes, 7 minutes, up to 8 minutes 36, that's our peak. Then it drops down a bit, and I think this is partly because actually we've started getting more watchers. So the effect, hopefully, of the more regular watchers who watch all the way through is diluted slightly by the fact that we also get quite a lot of people who presumably, you know, click on it, give it a couple of seconds, decide it's not for them, and click away. But it's good, it's interesting nonetheless. Look, that's our last measure there, 4 minutes 29 seconds, 5 minutes 19 seconds. This means basically this is about a third of the length of the average video, and that actually that tracks here. Look, about 38% average view duration. So so that's pretty good, I think. I'd be interested to see what more established YouTubers get in terms of these sorts of figures. You know, I mean, I'm talking about the Scott Manleys and the Sipses and the Yogscast and stuff, whether they get very high average view durations, or the fact they have such large numbers of views, whether they still get whether it still averages out to a lower figure. But I don't suppose any of them are watching this, so we probably won't know. We'll just have to reach those numbers of viewer figures ourselves, and then we'll be able to see. We'll be able to see for ourselves. That's it. I think that's pretty much all I've got to say about the channel news, about the analytics. Excited for Just Cause 3. I will definitely bring you news about that as and when it comes. I'll probably save that for these episodes, possibly, or maybe I'll even do a special Just Cause 3 news bit. We'll see. Stranded Deep is making real progress, building up the Paradise Island, and that's going to continue. I'm really enjoying that. We've still got loads of work to do before the island is what I'm going to consider complete. Hopefully we'll get an engine soon, which will speed things along a little bit. I've already got ideas for what to follow that up with. I've been hinting at it a little bit in terms of the sort of mysteriousness, maybe introducing a bit of a plot, a bit of narrative, but we'll keep that under wraps for the time being. That's it, really. If you've made it to the end of this video, congratulations, you're awesome. If you're not a subscriber yet, as I said last time, you really should be if you've sat and watched this all the way through. Likes and comments are always appreciated, but never required. Obviously, I'm just happy if you watch the video. Great, that's it. I have been Weird Wizard. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you later.